Hey guys, so I'm really excited because this is a meal I've been waiting for about 8 years. Here's the story. I was sent to Berlin for a job back 8 years ago. So what I was there to do was train our staff in the Berlin office. After the training on the first day, they said, hey, let's go out for dinner. So I'm thinking, great, let's go get some awesome German food. You know where they took me? KFC. They took me to KFC in Berlin. Not only did they take me to KFC, I didn't even get to choose what chicken I wanted. They just bought like some buckets and we just shared buckets. So the second day we're training, and for lunch they're like, oh, let's go grab some lunch. I'm like, great. And then they said, how about we go to McDonald's? So I said, you know what guys, I don't want much. Can we just go get a sausage? Let's go grab a sausage. Germany, let's go grab something German. So we went and got a sausage and I was happy. And then later that night they told me about this dish. It's roasted pig knuckle. They told me there's a specialty German dish that I had to have. It's like the best thing ever. So I'm really excited, right? Someone tells you there's an awesome local dish, you get really excited. So then the day goes by and we didn't go there. And the next day, they took me out for Chinese food. And then I had to leave. So my entire trip, I was excited about this dish for like 2 days, never had it. And you know what food regret is? This is like the worst food regret of my life because, you know, I couldn't really go back to Berlin and just go grab this dish. And then somehow in the back of my mind, I didn't think like maybe somewhere in New York that had this as well. So finally, 8 years later, here I am at the Heidelberg restaurant in New York City. I'm about to have this dish for the first time. I don't know how good it's gonna be compared to the one they had in Germany. Probably not as good, but it's what I can get right now. So I'm really excited about that. So I ordered that dish. Also, I ordered an appetizer called the Schweinshaxe, which is supposed to be the German mac and cheese, is what I was told. The pork knuckle dish on the menu explains it as oven roasted pork shank. It's called a Schweinshaxe. I'm not saying that right. So here is the Käsespätzle, the appetizer. I heard this is supposed to be awesome. Let's break it open and see what's inside, okay? So there's cheese on top, there's noodles on the bottom. It's supposed to be the German mac and cheese. The waitress asked if we wanted bacon. Of course we want bacon. Let's cut this open. Ooh, wow, it looks freaking insane. Look at that. So this is the case schnitzel right here. So noodles and what looks like cheddar cheese and bacon. Let's try this. Wow. You know what this tastes like? It is kind of like mac and cheese, except for it's not as greasy and it's like 20 times better. This cheese is really good cheese. Oh, that's amazing. That's super good. All right, here it is, guys. The Schweinshaxe, the pork thing, pork shank thing. Here it is. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, look at that. Look how beautiful. Oh, it smells amazing. The skin is, can you hear that? The skin is crispy on the outside. There's a big bowl in the middle. There's some sauerkraut and potatoes. But here we go. But let's pull the knife out and get started on this. I don't even know where to start. How do I attack it? All right. There. I need a strategy. All right. This is good. I'm gonna try to poke at it. All right. Oh my God. Oh. Dude, I can't even break through the skin. This is crazy. I'm literally right now being bullied by this pork shank because I can't get through its armor of awesomeness. This is a lot of work. I love this type of work. The skin is uncuttable. It's just not, you can't cut it with a knife. So I gotta just break it apart. And the pork skin is like the best part of anything. Here we go. Here's a big piece that I managed to remove from the shank itself. Check that out. It's kind of big, but I don't think I can cut this any smaller. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to try to fit this all in my mouth. Wow. Wow. That's crazy good. The skin is tough, but once you start chewing it, it kind of melts away in your mouth too. My battle with the pork shank continues. I penetrated the armor of the pork shank and I'm able to access the tender meat on the inside, which goes beautiful with the gravy and the sauerkraut and the potatoes. As the food battle with the pork shank continues, I've given up on all forms of silverware. This is like using my hands to dig in. So I got a big piece of pig skin right here. The flavor really seeps into the skin as well. So as you're chewing it, it becomes like this greasy chip-like thingy that you're eating, which is awesome in my book. After about 30 minutes of battling this, I still have, look at this, oh, I still have this big thing left. Maybe I should just like eat it like a skewer and just gnaw on it. Just put the whole thing in my mouth. I'm basically done. This was not easy. This was massive. I didn't think it was gonna be this massive. It was massive. And it had this super tough shell and it just, this was not an easy meal. It was a delicious meal. It wasn't an easy meal. And it being Chinese, I'm like trying to suck all the ligament out of this bone. Man, I think this is all I can do. It's like a big bone. If I want to be more Asian, I'll take this home and throw it into a soup. It's like, I can't do that though. That's too much. So, Mike versus pork shank. Mike win, but I did suffer some casualties. Today I'm gonna be like all heavy walking around. This was like about, I don't know, 2 pounds of meat on this shank that I probably put down. Plus potatoes, plus sauerkraut. But this was really good, and it's one of those things where you don't do it very often, so it's okay, right? Was it really that good as I imagined it? Probably not, but nothing is when you've been thinking about it for like 8 years and like playing it up and thinking it's the best thing ever. But this was still pretty darn good. I'm really glad I was able to have this. Really glad I was able to try some schnitzel and some German mac and cheese, which I still confirm is one of the best mac and cheese I've ever had. So now, I still have to go back to work. I don't know how this is gonna work exactly for the rest of the day. It's probably not gonna go so well. So I'm gonna find a place maybe to nap in my office somewhere. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. See you later.